afternoon. It's raining. Let's pop this door open. Get some air in the shed. Ooh. Ooh. Yeah, it's raining. Let's have a quick walk about. No one's here. Well, there is someone here, but they're in the far corner. Ooh. Yep, it's raining. It's been raining for a good hour, but I thought I'd come and do the firmer wrap on the roof ceiling. That would be good. A good job. So let's just have a little wander. See how these have grown more. Oh, look at this flower. Oh, I'm going to collect the seed from these as well. See, hopefully, if that works. I mean, I'd like to get into seed collecting. Hold on, even. That might be going to seed. I'm not sure. Not sure. I might try and Google that. Don't these look fabulous? My one, wow. I mean, it's huge, isn't it? Cool. I do like days like this, I've got to be honest. I really do. I think, oh, seed for the from the sage. I really want to collect that, so we'll do that. And I don't know if I showed this properly, but the blasted magpies. And that's grown more. That's brilliant. Courgette's doing all right there. That's really good. Wood chip can wait. I'm not in a rush for that really. Let's go around this way. Potatoes, tomatoes. Oh, I'll take these home as well. I will collect these in a bit. Actually, I did want to have a look at this. I had an idea about getting the cover for this because I've got the arch I did, that arch. I've got one in there in the box. I could do a half arch and then drape some sort of netting over. Yeah, that's my plan anyway. Seedlings are coming up. Needs trimming here, but that'll have to be on another day. It's too wet today, that's for sure. Oh, some runner beans to harvest. I think I'll need to. I'm going to bring up my what do you call it? Basket. That's it. That basket I've got in the shed to put all the produce in. Oh, and this is. Oh, do you know what? I've not noticed this before. Wow, they've grown like the clappers in a few days. That's amazing. Cool. I'm sort of hoping that the insect mesh is doing its job in terms of, because they're not getting eaten by anything by the look of it, apart from one that was had been eaten right inside there, but that's like long gone. My one and only apple, or is there another one? I thought there was, but it might have fallen off. Oh no, there is down there. It's looking a lovely red. Hopefully next year. I would ideally like to create some sort of asphalia. So once it's ready to prune, I'm going to sort of prune away stuff that isn't grown in the right direction and try and train along. I will move these if I have to a little bit lower. Yeah, that's the idea anyway. I'm just letting it settle for this its first year. I'm not expecting any fruit, so even that's a bonus. Not a lot's happening down there, but someone said, or quite a few people said, that maybe I'm sowing my seeds too deep, which is a real possibility, to be fair. And next time I sow, I will watch for that. Well, I do like wet weather. So an opportunity to have a little nose. I tell you what, other people's plots are looking fabulous. They really are. And they're looking really good. I mean, they're courgettes. Look how my courgettes are so late. Hopefully I'm not too late. And this is all potatoes. It's fantastic. Yeah. Right, let's get back to my shed because I've got to do the roof. It's roof, ceiling, the ceiling. Have some coffee. Maybe do coffee and comments in the shed because it is a bit wet. And yeah. Oh, I do want to say, well, we can talk about this more in the shed, but with regards to the competition giveaway, on this Wednesday, well, tomorrow, the winner will be announced. Right, I can take my coat off in here. I don't need it on. That I do need to water these seedlings though, so I'm just going to go and do that. Well, I might just leave them in the rain for a bit, to be fair. Oh. Whew. I'll just hang my coat up. I love the sound of rain on rooftops. I really love caravans. Me and Al, we love a caravan. And it's that kind of sound, isn't it, that you get in a caravan, especially when you're hunkering down. I mean, because we love staying in the Highlands, I've stayed in a caravan in the Highlands, and it does rain a fair bit. But it does have a cosy feel. I love it. Right, so the first job is to actually sweep it down. So I'm going to kind of carry you whilst I'm doing that. I can't get these off. I need Al to help me. It's a bit too spidery, that bit there. I'm not keen on that. Oh, come on. Quite good to be here during the rain, because if there's any leaks, this is when I'll know in the roof. I mean, I'm pretty 100% aware that there's still these to deal with, but they can wait. Oh, felt a bit of rain. Oh, that's interesting. I don't know if you can see it. It's actually coming from there. Oh, I'm glad I came, because that means I'm going to have to recover the roof. Oh, whoops, dropped it. Oh, that's okay. It just means I can't do the thermal wrap. No, that's okay, because it needs to be. You can't have that. It would, yeah, you know, behind thermal wrap. I mean, that would be not a good idea. God's sake, can't. That needs to come off. That's just well in the way. I think that's an owl job. That and that. And I have sent the measurements off to this timber merchant, so I think we just have a coffee. Let's have a coffee. Right. I'm just going to turn you off and on again because it helps the size of the file for uploading. I did bring this the other day to spray my labels. I might actually do that as well. Actually, got to spray one side and then write what it is that you know, where did I put the labels? Let's do that. The labels that are part of Ingrid's gift. Did I bring a pin? I did bring a pin. So I'm just going to use a bit of cardboard. Let's see if you can see. Like a plastic sealant. Oh, it's so good it's raining. Right, that'll do for now. Put it down there. A bit stinky, but the door's open, so there's plenty of ventilation. Right, back again to that bit. So I've restored my allotment mug. Let's have a coffee. Yeah, leaks. If that's the only place, I can't see any other leaks, to be fair. I mean, we'll see if any leaks happen on that. Wet patches, that's what you need to look for. Oh, I see. There's a bit there as well. Sort of on the same side, but a bit further along. Might have a slurp. Oh. Oh, it's really raining. It's fantastic. Give everything a really good soak. Might be where the join is actually. It looks like it's joined, you know, like overlapping there. I wonder why that would leak. I need a step ladder so I can have a good look. That'll have to be another day. Oh, it's a no firmer app. Oh. I don't want to really do this bit until I've covered these gaps, because these are a visual reminder, you know, just to remind me that it's outstanding. I could tear up these paper strips. Finding jobs, isn't it? Finding jobs. Tear up this for paper mache purposes. Just tear it up, because tearing it up is better than cutting, apparently. I'm not an expert. I don't know when the last time I ever did paper mache. Probably at school when I was a kid. Good. Let's kind of move that there. Well, we could go through comments while I work. That will help. I've got wet raindrops. Right. Bear with. Oh, I'm 6 away from 900. Getting close. Oh, do I have a super thanks? Oh, big super thanks to Jim and Maureen, aka Bimbo Clack. Thank you very, very much, Jim and Maureen. Oh, for the flip's sake, you do loads. What can I say? That is just so. Oh, thank you very much. That's very kind. Oh, so yeah, 6 away from 900. So I'm 106 away from 1,000. That's all right. We're getting there. So we can earn money from the ad revenue, and the ad revenue, that will help pay for bits and bobs, won't it? You know. Oh, that's nice, that coffee. Right, let's get into the comments section. And you know, usually what I do is, rather than reply via the YouTube, I'll reply in here and I'll put a heart on it. I'll go back a bit. We'll go straight to the what are the echinops? Jenny Hewlett, you said hello. Your globe thistle are echinops. I think it's echinops. I've decided it's that. One of my favourites. It will fill out over a year or two of growth to approximately 1.5 metres wide. Do you know what? It might be close to that already, because there's a lot of it. And I think you can divide it. I kind of vaguely read. So look, they self-seed very easily. If you dry the seed heads, pop a muslin bag over it as they fall apart really easily when brown and slightly swollen looking. All right, okay, that's a great tip. Thank you for that. Bees adore them. They do attract black fly and will be covered in ants, but they will not harm the plant at all. The stems are a great overwintering habitat for ladybirds, etc., and make great insect hotel material the following year. They can get a little mildew, but just chop those leaves off. One of my favourites, won't be without plants. I have at least 8 plants and some more young plants in pots. Hope this helps. Did you do your young plants from seed, is it Jenny? Thanks for that, Jenny. Did you do your young plants from seeds? Is that how you kind of propagating them? That's really amazing, that is, because I actually really love them. And I'm with you there. They're going to become, that's becoming my favourite, one of my favourites. I have lots of favourites, but you know, I love that spherical, and the flowers. I never even knew they did that. I mean, I was ignorant on these globe thistles, and I didn't realise. Absolutely brilliant. I love that. That's just one of the best things about growing, isn't it? That you discover new things. There's so much out there. So I will keep a close eye and try and do a bit of Google research. Thank you very much for that, Jenny. I'm going to go upwards. Lois Maudson. Looks like green beans for tea. And do you know what? We had them last night. It was really lovely to have the veg, because I made sausage cider casserole, which is one of my favourites. And So I do, you know, if you, those that watch my cooking channel, I do buy cheap sausages, but sometimes if the good sausages are on offer, I buy those because, you know, that's the one and only time I will buy them. So we had the good sausages in the cooked as a casserole with a bit of bacon and cider. It was lovely. It's like becomes like a very lovely gravy. Obviously there's stock in there and sliced onions, sliced peppers. I would add up mushrooms, but the boys aren't keen. And then with mash. Oh, and it makes a lovely gravy with the mash, and green beans for or runner beans for cut into sort of that, you know, that sort of slightly diagonal look. It was lovely to have our first proper. I had enough for all 4 of us. So that was lovely. That really was. Oh, and those tomatoes, Dee, I understand what you're saying, and your labels are all by the tomatoes. I just at the time didn't read know about that variety being that colour. So they were right, and do you know what? They were the sweetest, they were honestly delicious. So that orange variety doesn't need to ripen further. It's absolutely. And there's 2 what we just saw, so I'm going to take them home. Might just eat them. There's only 2. They're really delicious. How's these leeks? They're not major, that's for sure. Interesting. Yeah, I don't know how we'll sort that out. I think it'd probably be wise to put a new felt on. I'll wait till the channel's monetised because paying for it's going to be. I mean, there's a lot already. The lining for one, things like that. The channel needs to start earning to pay for these things. Hence the need to get to 1,000. So if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe just to get me to 1,000, so I can start earning money from the ad revenue, which YouTube or Google pay me, not you. It's free to subscribe. And you never know, you might get, oh, there's going to be a second giveaway. So there'll be giveaways in the future. I'll put a quick picture here, and I'll also put another picture of my other allotment print that's up for sale in my Etsy shop. They're both up for sale, by the way. And they get sent in a hard backed A4 envelope, and their size, if you're interested, is 10 by 7 inches for framing purposes. And when I've got this lined, they will be in here. And I did forget to bring my books. Oh man, don't rely on my memory. It's terrible. Oh, never mind. This is good though, because it gets a job done, doesn't it? Shredding paper. Quite looking forward to doing this and avoiding using the silicone. I have got the silicone because I got it, but might well need it at home. It's not been opened, so it will keep, as it were. And in fact, if I find the receipt, I might well take it back and get a refund. Yeah. So what? Oh yeah. Okay. Thanks, Lois, for that as well. Janet Shaw, you said, lovely to see you picking your homegrown produce. Oh, isn't it just though? Oh, actually, I might put a little clip here of the very first, was it the first? It was in January the 31st. I know that because it was my daughter's birthday, and I did a drone of it when I hadn't done anything, because I literally had only got it a few days before that. So there'll be this kind of running clip going on here because I've learned how to do that. Technological wisdom. So that's amazing because you can see, and in fact there's 2 areas that I might take a picture of. I don't know if I'll film it and then I'll put the photo that I took when I viewed it, and you can see the difference. So I'll have to look at the angle and try and replicate that same angle. It doesn't matter if it's raining. Yeah, it's lovely and cool. The shed wasn't humid at all. Oh, there's raindrops there. Can't see where they're coming out of. Right, we'll dry them and see if there might just be spillage from my seedlings. No, we'll see, we'll see. Yeah, lovely. Thank you, Janet. Born to May. You say, hi Kerry, how about winter grown Mizuna, celery, corn salad, kale, maybe daikon radish undercover? I'm growing daikon in our New Zealand winter and they're flourishing. Parsnips, weeds, winter carrots. Well, I didn't know you could do winter carrots. That's a new one for me. I'll have to look at that. Parsnips I've heard are really hard to grow, but I tried them a long time ago and they were a bit rubbish, but that's not to say I wouldn't give it another go. I really like your suggestions. Celery doesn't that need quite a lot of water, or am I just imagining that? Kale, I'd definitely like to grow kale. That would be I don't know what daikon is that. I don't know how you say it. Daikon radish. I'm not keen on actual normal radish. It's very a bitter veg for me. I'm not sure if the daikon one tastes the same. But brilliant suggestions. I will definitely, yeah, because the more I could grow, the better, really. Because I've been coming here all year round, so it's not going to stop just because it's winter. It's the benefits of having a decent shed, really is, because of times like this. It's raining, but I could still come and make a vlog. And if you've got plenty to do, yeah, you know, just come. It's great, isn't it? So I've got to, when I've lined the shed eventually, and I have, when I did email back this timber merchants my measurement list. I haven't heard anything back yet, and it was slightly worrying, but I'm sure that they would respond, wouldn't you think? Well, I'll see how it goes. I'll give them a week, and if I hear nothing, then I assume they don't want the business, or can't. It's too. I don't know. I mean, I think they'd give quotes for a shed lining. I mean, what could I use to cut? Because who was it that won't cut to size anymore? Homebase don't cut to size anymore. B&Q, I couldn't tell from them, because when I went there to ask, their timber cutting service was shut. Yeah, it's one of those. Perhaps I need to. I've got it a PDF file with the measurements, so maybe I need to find other people. That could be a job this week to do. Yeah. All right. So thank you for that, Born to May. I like your name. So Andy, aka Tolmart, this always sets me up for the day watching with my morning cuppa. Yes, I always put my yellow tomatoes on a sunny windowsill, either that or I throw them at people I don't like. You can do that when you're old. Oh, that's so funny, Andy. You know, yeah. I like that. I really like that. You know, random tomatoes being thrown at people as they pass. Oh, well, yeah, with certain varieties, I suppose, because like I've just said before, that orange one was actually ripe. I just didn't realise. It's an orange variety. But with the other ones, yeah, saves them getting split or missed or whatever, because they will ripe at home. Obviously, you know, in a bowl, in the kitchen. Thank you, Andy. Your comments very good. Love it. I'm just putting a heart against it. I mean, you won't. You know, this is being filmed days before, so. But you know, it's cool. It's cool. It's the way it takes too long otherwise. If I've replied on the vlog, then that's great. It's kind of nice that. I really love that. Your comments are great, by the way, everybody. I really love them. Yeah, so I started reading the headlines. Nothing interesting, unfortunately, but. So, it's Carol Longmore, aka Bruffy 3258. You said yes, those scam comments are everywhere. One just has to know to ignore them. yeah, definitely. I'm good at ignoring things like that. But it's hard. I think a lot of people's sort of initial reaction is, "Oh, great, I won," you know, which is understandable, especially if you're new to the channel. You don't realise how long I take. Life is treacherous to be enjoyable these modern times. Take me back to the mid-70s, please. Oh, don't get me started. It's one of my favourite times. This is one of the reasons. In fact, your comment got me thinking to why I love watching Minder. And if any of you watched Minder, you know, with Terry McGann and Arthur Daly, etc., etc. That London is my London, like what I grew up with. It's because it's filmed all around northwest London, not far from the BBC studios in Shepherd's Bush. No, that's West London. What am I talking about? It's filmed in northwest London anyway. I know that because I was able to, you know, you can sort of locate certain areas, but it's that kind of derelict houses, those bay fronted streets, boarded up shops, the employment office. You know, not that I was an adult then, I was a child, but you know, we saw those places because when you're a kid you kind of go where the adults go often, or whatever. You just have experience of it anyway for some reason or other. Yeah, it's just a London I recognise, I suppose. Very different to these days, just in terms of it's a lot more swish and expensive. So all those derelict, because obviously land has a value, so those derelict buildings are long gone. Well, I suppose they might be in some areas, but yeah, I don't know. That's why I love Minder, and it's a brilliant programme. And there's a reminiscent value. Let me just take that off so you can't hear me gulping. Thanks for that, Carol. Lovely. I wouldn't mind going back to the mid-70s either. Call me Beth. You said there's a reason I don't do a lot of gardening. Can't do the bending or kneeling, so I'm happy to watch you work, Kerry. LOL. Oh, that's all right. I'm happy for you to watch me. Yeah, because that was the one with the compost. 100 litres is heavy. I struggle to get that in the car, I've got to be honest. And they did offer to help, but I was like, no, because that's the way I am. That's all right. Let me just get on with it. But I was like, oh, you know. You've got to be careful, you could do yourself an injury. And that wouldn't be a good idea. Al would be like, no. But he's working, you see. So he works a lot of hours, so he can't be here to help. Even though he would want to. He'd be cross if he knew I'd sort of lifted them myself. But you know, you've got to crack on, haven't you? Yeah. So they are heavy. And I've used 1.5 out of 3, so I've still got one to make another bed. I've got lots of cardboard in the boot, and I need to get more. So a trip down the shops. Yeah. Right, let's make this the last page because we're low battery. Thank you for that, Beth. Oh, so Rosa, you said, I agree with Patricia. Try a few beetroot seeds at home in small pots or trays to start them off. Have a lovely weekend. That's a really good idea. I mean, I suppose have I done beetroot here? No, I haven't. What am I talking about? Oh, maybe I could do that here. Thinking about it. That's actually a really good idea. I could do that now. Stop tearing up paper. That can sit over there. No more drops here because I thought this was leaking. It must have been the spillage from that. If I move all these up, I can get a couple of, you know, pots. Put some beetroot in. I did notice the beetroot at the front, a little bit where the courgettes are getting a bit bigger, which is a good thing. And all this rain can only help, can't it? Right, I'm going to get some, you know, compost, because it's in the shed. Stop, because it's open. I don't want it getting wet in the rain. fact, it's a good job I left it in the shed, because if I'd have left it out yesterday, it would have been soaked. Right. I'm just going to actually wet this. It's a bit awkward. Ah. Oh, some people here. Andy and his mum. Andy's just started a YouTube channel. I will try and find it and put a link in it because he's only just starting out. So go check him out. Yeah. Beetroot. Let's just get it out of here. This is great. I'm glad I read that because I wouldn't have thought to do that. I'd do that here. At home, it's not a great setup. But as I said before, it's one of those little green plastic greenhouses in the side, and yeah, it's just. And to be fair, it's kind of filled with junk now. Don't they get filled with junk after a while? Come on. Oh, there's beetroot loose. I forgot. Do you remember it? The packet was all over the place. So I've got some. The beetroot seed is very distinctive, isn't it? This is a good job, and not tiny either. Right. Right. I'm not going to put this seed in too deep. Hold on. Let's try and. Ooh. I need a little watering can because I've only got the big ones outside. Something to, you know, I'm just going to get a tiny bit of I really don't want to cover them much. So I'm worried that I'm doing it too deep. Okay. Right, well that's pretty cool. Let's put you back. What's our... Oh dear, I'm going to turn you off and on again because the file's 27 minutes. That's a long one, you know, in terms of file size for downloading. So I thought I'd quickly do more 4Ps. Monge 2, because they were a complete failure. So I just suddenly thought, oh, do you know what? Let's give that a go as well. Yeah. Well, my labels aren't ready to use, but I'm going to have to remember this is Monge 2 and these are beetroot. Obviously these are leeks, these 3, and then these are labelled. But my labels aren't ready because I've just sprayed them. Well, that's pretty good. Spontaneous sowing of seeds. I wonder if I can maybe fashion a temporary, it's a gaffer tape, maybe write the name. I'll try that. So what was that one? Key. I don't know, write Monge 2. Not sure that will hold, you know, as in it won't rub off. It might do. beetroot. It'll do as a temporary label. Yeah. Oh, and I'll do leeks because it's one of those, isn't it? You're going to forget, even though you've got the logs to check with. One more coffee, and then I'm going to go. Let's just go through some more comments. Battery is low, but if we can just make it. Well, thanks for that, Rosa and Patricia. That'll probably be Trish Diamond, I bet you. But I'm going the other way, Trish. Sorry about that. But thank you for that. So, Linda Lawson, you said, hi, Kerry. Have you tried a soil tester? It may be that your soil is not suitable for some of the veg you plant. That's true. That might be so. But it's all compost. Because it's all no dig. So I'm not sure, really. I mean, I haven't tried that. It's something I should do. Certainly be interesting. Thanks for that, Linda. That's definitely something to think about. Oh, this is the one. This is interesting. It's from Anne B6137. It doesn't give it's not a name, I can't say, but you've got 5 likes, which means what you said was good. Hello, Kerry. One of the reasons your seed may not germinate is that it is too deep in the soil. 1 centimetre is usually deep enough. Well, that's brilliant. I mean, it's a schoolgirl error, really, but I'm not an expert. And it's been such a long time, and you just kind of like never thought of that, so that's brilliant. Thank you for that. Lois Maudson, you say, another busy day at plot 25. Enjoyed the video, have a good weekend. Oh, thanks, Lois. You too. Hope you had a good weekend. Oh, Trish, here you are. Patricia Diamond, there's something very satisfying about taking out those pest weeds, even for just a short time, Kerry. Doing magic things on your allotments. Oh, thanks, Trish. That's really lovely. That's really lovely. Oh, Jennifer, you go, hi, Kerry, and then you say your coffee is on Lidl for $5.25 this afternoon. It is expensive coffees because it's Nescafe Azera, but it's one of the few luxuries I love, because I don't go out, I don't go to restaurants, I don't go to pubs. I don't buy myself new clothes very rarely, so yeah, and I always buy it on offer. And B&M, they sell the smaller tins for £3.25, and they're normally full price. They're like a £5. It's ridiculous. It's very expensive. But I did buy one from Lidl, that one you're talking about, because they sometimes have it on offer. Yeah, it's expensive stuff, but it's blooming delicious. Oh, it's the best coffee I've ever had, and this is instant coffee, which I prefer. You know, it's not like your fancy pants coffee percolators and all that stuff, and that, you know, don't really like them. They're just a bit too strong for me, so this is like the perfect in between. Even with a flask, because a flask does give it a bit of a taste, unfortunately, so it's even better when it's in a cup at home, fresh. So Treasure Rescue, you say, have a great weekend. Thank you for that. Well, you too. We have the same issues with our bird feeders, but it's the starlings that take over and intimidate the songbirds. They will eat everything and poo everywhere. Yeah, it's a bit of a pain, really. Oh, thanks for that, though, Treasure Rescue. I don't know your name, sorry. So this is from Bimbo Clack. I always love your comments. They're probably my favourites. Kerry, all that weeding we done has given us a sore back and a massive thirst, so 'tis tipple o'clock. The boss is on the strong stuff, Evian. I'm having tonic water diluted with copious amounts of gin. I think maybe the seeds may be a tad deep. That might be why they never germinated, but I'm no expert, so ask someone who knows their onions, so to speak. As always, absolutely brilliant. Looking forward to the next one. Oh, tonic water diluted with copious amounts of gin. That's my kind of language. I love that. Oh, you're right. Along with the other person. Sorry, I can't remember your name already. It's gone out of my head, but yeah, I think you might be right. I think too deep. So when I will kind of give those seeds I've sown a chance, but if I see no sign, I'm going to give another go in a few days to a week, you know. No harm in doing more sowings anyway, but not deep. Have you noticed there's always that plane that goes over while I'm doing a vlog? It's like I'm on it under its flight path, isn't it? One of those little planes, you know. Always, always. It drowns out the bird noise and all that kind of stuff. I bet they're loving it. No one here, they can eat all the produce, you see, especially the pigeons, because they love sitting on bushes, fruit bushes, and just eating, pecking away. Oh, lovely. Well, thanks everyone for watching. You're amazing. Honestly, your comments are the best. I love them to bits. And tomorrow, the winner for the print will be announced. Take care, everyone, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye. I'm going to leave you with some rain until the battery runs out. And suddenly, as I was leaving, I suddenly thought, oh my God, I've got to get some do a bit of harvesting. So this is what I've got. A few of the lovely tomatoes. They're absolutely delicious. We'll find out what they are. I can't remember on the top of my head. Runner beans and a cucumber. And also, I nearly forgot to do the sage leaves. So these have got little baby seeds in, so I'm going to leave them as they are and sort that out later. But it's indoors and it won't get lost, because I really want to do a whole bank of, like a sage, a sense. Can't talk, honestly. A sage fence. Anyway, I'm definitely going now. Bye.